So let's get straight into it then. The state of social in 2025. So it's really interesting to see that internet users, that's anyone that's 16 plus, is spending more time on social media than 5 years ago, and specifically 40% more time. So social media use has gone up. In the UK, where we are in particular, there have been increases in terms of how many hours people are spending on social media each day. It was around 2 hours and 40 minutes. Sorry, it was around 2 hours, 20 minutes. It's now up to 2 hours, 40 minutes. So we've certainly seen an increase in how much time people are spending on these sites and apps. LinkedIn, I think, is such a big platform for 2025. It's really one to consider as part of your strategies, particularly if you're targeting other businesses. But even if you're targeting consumers, if you're a B2C brand, LinkedIn shouldn't get ignored. And there are 1.5 million pieces of content shared to LinkedIn every minute. Also, Instagram usage. There has been an increase to 48% of UK consumers aged 16 plus. So that's just a UK specific stat, but we are seeing more and more people using Instagram globally, particularly with all of the news that's happened recently with TikTok. So all of these stats are taken from a social media report that we and the team have been reading this week called Strategic Social Media Report, Trends and Predictions, What to Expect in 2025. The report's well worth a read, and my colleague Sarah will be dropping it into the chat for you to have a look at in the next few moments. If you're watching this on replay, you can find the link in the show notes underneath this video. What else is happening then? So in the UK, usage among 20 to 24-year-olds fell from 46% at Musk's takeover to 31% 13 months later. So this is looking specifically at X. So we are seeing fewer people using the platform. And also one of the things to consider as well is many of our clients are actually deciding to either retire their X account or have massively decreased the amounts of posts that they are putting on the platform. Now, the reason why they're doing this is they are finding that their posts are getting lower impressions and lower engagement. So if you are thinking about retiring X as a platform, then I would first of all look at your stats. You can only see your stats on the posts themselves. The analytics dashboard is only available to Pro X users, so those that are paying. The other thing to consider about X is some organizations, particularly here in the UK, have left the platform because of how it affects their overall brand, how it looks for their reputation to be active on the platform, particularly with Musk being at the helm. So the big one here in the UK was the Guardian newspaper no longer uses X as a newspaper. Some of their journalists are still active on the platform. And also a few of the NHS trusts, the National Health Service trusts, did stop using X last year. So definitely something to consider if you are thinking about whether the platform still serves you, is look at the data and see whether or not users are still using it. 54% of the UK population uses TikTok every month. So TikTok has expanded over the last year or so, and 34% video uploads. They have increased 34%, so they are up. LinkedIn is focusing on video content for 2025. So if you are thinking about growing your community on LinkedIn, you need to be thinking about how you can get more content seeded into that video feed. The video feed is dedicated to 9:16 content, so vertical content. And the type of content that works really well is content that features people, particularly presenting to camera. So do have a think about whether you can get more of that in your strategy for 2025. So one of the other things we wanted to talk about was online shopping. Online shopping has reached new heights over the last year, and particularly Christmas 2024 was a very powerful year for online shopping, with more people doing their Christmas shopping online than ever before. And obviously, big events like Black Friday, Cyber Monday have also contributed to the sales that we've seen. Interestingly, millennials have slightly overtaken Gen Z in social shopping on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Year on year, social commerce purchases by millennials have surged by 36%. However, there isn't that much in it. Millennials made an average of 21 purchases on TikTok, edging out Gen Z's 20. So there's really not that much in it. It doesn't actually say if that's 21 purchases in a month, a day, or a year. I'm assuming it's a year. I don't think that's a day. But 21, I wonder whether you guys feel like you've done more than 20 or 21 purchases via social commerce over the last year. So those findings are from the Retail Technology Show. And you can find out more information about that from an article on Mobile Marketing Magazine. Also, TikTok emerged as the top platform for social shopping, with an average user making 11 purchases in the last year on TikTok Shop. If you are an e-commerce brand and you're selling products online, you do need to be considering TikTok Shop, particularly if you are targeting younger people, because that really is somewhere where a lot of people are going to make those purchases, to do their research. And a lot of the users can be heavily influenced by influencers on the platform too.